They used to laugh at us, now we really know. They used to tell me never in my life.
What's going on, folks? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Strong Arm Sports, the realest, most real sports podcast in the whole land, folks. I'm KSpadeTheProspect.
I'm your boy LaPrash57, and together we form Strong Arm Sports. Let's go, Spade. It was a big week. We had the fight. We had the draft. Second round of the NBA playoffs. We got a lot to discuss. And I got to kick it off, Spade, because we got some big news. So a lot of you guys have been very patient with us, man. For those of you that's been wanting the audio, the Strict Audio podcast, it is up on everywhere you want it, it's there. It's on SoundCloud. It's on UPodOmatic. Y'all like, hold up, what about iTunes? It's on iTunes too. So if you guys have been looking for the podcast, you can go over there. You can go over to iTunes, write a review. All the links will be in the description down below. I cannot wait for you guys to go over there, download it. We are limited with space, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up the first 5, leave those up for about a week. After that, I'm going to put up the next 5. So right now, it's about 5 or 6 episodes up. You guys can go to all those outlets and download just the audio of the podcast. All links will be in the description. We want to thank you guys from the bottom of our hearts, man.
Definitely. Yo, let me throw this in too.
Okay.
As well as having all these other outlets where we're trying to bring you guys the podcast, keep in mind, as far as YouTube is concerned, we still have 2 different places we upload. And we number every episode. So if you watch episode 30 and you know you saw 28 but you don't remember 29, keep in mind we also have our own YouTube channel that we're trying to grow. So we need your support in whichever outlet is better for you. If iTunes is better, we're not asking you guys to watch the show on every outlet. We're just trying to be everywhere you guys need us to be. And you have been doing a great job of supporting. We just ask for you guys to continue to support. And as always, man, tell a friend and tell a friend. Spread the word.
Yeah, man. Definitely.
All right, well, bro, let's get into the juicy stuff. You ready for this one?
Okay, let's go.
All right, so I don't know if the viewers know how often you and I talk, but we talk a lot, and we talk sports a lot. So this past week, we was on the phone. We was talking about the upcoming NFL draft because, unfortunately, we weren't able to bring you guys a midweek show, which we try to do. And before I knew it, we was in a debate. And once I realized that, I said, wait. Let's stop right here. And we'll finish this discussion on camera. Because I want it to be talked about on camera. I want it to be authentic. So in short, here's the deal. I'm telling LaParis, I'm like, man, if you're an NFL GM or an NFL exec, and you need a running back, you're in need of a running back going into this draft that just happened Saturday. Well, it didn't just happen, but it just finished up. Who do you take? Like, you got your choice of anybody. Who do you take? And I'm going to let you take it from there. You let them know what you let me know.
I said I'm taking Todd Gurley, no question. It's an easy pick for me. I'm taking Todd Gurley. First of all, to me, Todd Gurley was the best back in the draft. And I got a thing with Wisconsin running backs transitioning to the NFL. So you guys might be like, hold up, what about, let me tell you guys. To me, I think Wisconsin have one of the best, not one, probably the best offensive line in college football. So that make, when you running through holes and you're not even getting touched, I mean, I could run through that hole.
Oh my
God. Let me just tell you, let me just tell you guys some of the offensive linemen that Wisconsin have put in the league just over the past couple of years. Ricky Wagner, Ravens. Travis Frederick, Cowboys, who was a Pro Bowler. Peter Cox from the Falcons. Kevin Zietler, Bill Nagy, John Moffitt, Joe Thomas. These guys are above average Pro Bowl type of players. Like, some of them above average. Some of them made it to the Pro Bowl. These guys get it done on the offensive line. And Wisconsin breed them out like Strong Bull. Me Strong Bull. That's Wisconsin with old linemen.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Now let me tell you about some of the Wisconsin running backs who was in college but did not transition well to the league.
That's not fair.
James White, New England. Monty Ball, Broncos, who got his spot took by C.J. Anderson, who I don't even think was drafted. Brian Calhoun with the Lions, Anthony Davis with the Colts, Michael Bennett did make 2 or 3 Pro Bowls with the Vikings. He had a pretty solid career. He had an okay career. And Ron Dane for the Giants. But these guys was average at best. None of these guys tore the league up. None of them. So that's why I'm taking Todd Gurley. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I like Melvin Gordon, and I hope I'm wrong.
It don't sound like you like him, bro.
Right. I hope I'm wrong. You asking me between the 2 guys. I like them both. But if I had to choose, I'm taking Gurley. To me, I don't think Wisconsin running backs transition well to the league.
Okay, let me get in on this.
Please.
First of all, as far as the offensive linemen you're naming, those guys are gone. They wasn't there blocking for Melvin Gordon this year. So you're talking about a guy that got taken 2 years ago. He's got absolutely nothing to do with the 2 running backs. Actually, not the 2 running backs. There's several running backs in the draft. And I asked you who you would take first. And you said Todd Gurley, which I'm okay with. But then you said that it's not even a tough decision. And that's kind of why I had a problem with it. Todd Gurley, healthy, is probably one of the best backs we've seen come out of college in a while. Which we can't say because we don't know what he's going to look like at the next level. But looking at his collegiate body of work, probably one of the most complete backs we've seen come out of college in a while. Fact of the matter is, Todd Gurley was hurt 3 times in the last 2 seasons.
Not his fault.
Not his fault. It doesn't matter whose fault it is. The fact still remains that the Rams just drafted a guy that's damaged goods. He can't even contribute to the team right now. He don't even know when he'll be ready. And that's just crazy to me. That's a slap in Melvin Gordon's face. That guy has produced a beautiful, beautiful career over there at Wisconsin. And even though Wisconsin does have some true studs on the offensive line, UGA ain't exactly just, they ain't bringing in scrubs over there either. UGA a top 10 recruiting class every year. Every year they bring in the top tier talent. They don't never do much with it.
Offensive line up there.
Dude, trust me. UGA bringing in top talent at every position. Every position. Trust me. And man, I don't know, man. I look at the thing and, you know, I feel like all the running backs from Wisconsin that didn't pan out, those are their failures. It's unfair to make their failures, you know, a hindrance on Melvin Gordon. That's crazy. Ron Dane not being good, that's Ron Dane's fault. That's not Melvin Gordon's fault. To me,
what about all the other ones?
It's their fault. It's their own fault. That's their fault. To me, it was one definite sure thing at running back this year, and I felt like that was Melvin Gordon. Now, I like Abdullah. Of course, I like Duke Johnson. You know, I had some issues with Abdullah's size, and Duke Johnson's a small guy too, who also got his leg broken against Florida State because they dirty last season. And, you know, that kind of had me, you know, on the fence about those 2 guys. Melvin Gordon, to me, at running back was the sure thing. And, you know, I'm going to leave you with this right here. To me, Todd Gurley is like a display TV in an electronics store. You could buy the TV off display model and never have a problem with it. You could get that TV off the display model and that thing could give you problems from the time you get it home. And I wouldn't do it, man. He's damaged goods. I hope it works out for the Rams. No way in the world I would have taken him first. And don't even get me started on the Rams. They didn't need a running back anyway. But that's my take. I would love to know how you guys feel about it. Yeah, I live in Georgia. The UGA folks are going to be upset with me. But if Todd Gurley is not from UGA, because I know y'all, hey, I know y'all fans at the heart. But if this guy isn't from UGA, and you're looking at a running back with 3 injuries in 2 seasons, is that who you take? I just want to know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Regardless of what you...
Hashtag Gurley, hashtag Gordon. Let me know. I'm going to go hashtag Gurley all day. Him getting injured was not his fault. When you got a higher probability of getting hurt when you touching the ball on when you running it, catching it, playing punt return, kick return. You got a higher probability of getting hurt when you're getting 600 touches compared to somebody getting 300.
That's true, that ain't bro. But that don't change the fact
that's Georgia football fault.
Man, that don't change the fact that you getting damaged good.
No help. Man, they ain't had no help down there for Gurley. That's why he got hurt. He had to play everything. I think I seen Gurley playing safety.
Well, he should have entered the draft at safety. I'd have took a chance on him at safety before running back. What else we got, bro?
Gonna be all right, man. He ain't the first guy to get his knee tore up.
He ain't Willis McGahee.
All right, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But moving on, let's talk about some NBA playoffs. We are in the 2nd round, and I want to, we gotta do our picks, babe. So as of right now, the only teams that I picked that are out are the Spurs and the Raptors. And the Raptors, what are you? Man, what were you guys doing? And Kyle Lowry, you just let me all the way down. I am off Toronto bandwagon. I'm off Kyle Lowry bandwagon. Even the coach said Kyle Lowry could lose some weight. Like, and the coach may be out too, but I don't think it was his fault. Them dudes did not show up to play. DeRozan did, but the rest of those guys did not show up. But moving on, we in the second round, Spade. You wanna start it off, or you wanna start?
Yeah, let's start this thing off. Let's go over to the Western Conference. You all right with that?
Okay. Yeah, let's go.
Warriors, Grizz.
Okay.
How you got that series playing out? Wait, let me give you mine first. Can I do that?
Okay. Yeah,
man, you know, I don't think the Grizz gonna lay down. Definitely the Grizz. I don't know. This Michael Conley situation is really gonna hurt this team. He is, without a doubt, a big piece of what they got going on over there. I think I'm gonna go Warriors in 6. I'm sorry, Grizz.
I'm gonna go. Depending on, well, I think Mike Conley will be back this series. They say he's out for at least one game. They're gonna reevaluate him on a game-to-game basis. And if Mike Conley come back, which I think he will be back, I'm gonna still give it to the Warriors, but I'm gonna give them Warriors in 7. I'm gonna say the series is gonna go 7 games, and I'm gonna give it to the Warriors. Now we can move on to the Rockets and the Clips. I mean, the Clippers just had one of the toughest. That's one of the best first round series I've seen in a very long time.
Agreed,
bro. Very long time. So, they just had a tough fight right there against the Spurs. Now they got to come deal with James Harden. You know what I'm saying? Like the Clippers, man. I just want to say that the Clippers, I think they left it on the field. They left it on the court in the first round. And I'm going to give it to the Rockets. Another series that I think may go 7. I'm going to give it to the Rockets in 6. I'm going to say Rockets win in 6.
This one right here, this is a tough one for me to call because I don't know, man. The Clippers, they're an amazing team to watch. Blake Griffin is an amazing. The fact that he has raised this level of play is amazing. He already was playing really good last season. But this season's Blake Griffin, I'm afraid to bet against that guy. Chris Paul definitely looked like he tweaked his hamstring. I haven't seen exactly what the injury is, but I know he was hobbled there in Game 7, showed a tremendous amount of heart to fight through it, and leadership, might I add. Moving forward, though, he might have some problems. James Harden is one of the best players in the NBA at getting to the cup. He gets to the cup when he wants to. He's going to have some guys in foul trouble. And the Clippers are small. Like, you got DeAndre, and then you got, like, Blake and Big Baby. That's it.
Yeah.
So, Dwight, I feel like, I don't know, man. I got to go Rockets. I'm going to say, I think it definitely would be a fight. I'm going to say Rockets in 7.
Rockets in 7. I mean, I just think that the Clippers left it all on the court, man. I mean, Clippers do have Spencer Hawes, but for whatever reason, they don't play him. I don't know why they. I mean, he is 7 foot. I don't know why.
I saw him in a suit, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, he was in a suit?
I think he was in a suit.
I mean, man, Doc, get your team right, man. I mean, the Clippers, I think they left it all on the court in that first round. I think I seen Chris Paul crying after that game, but I'm gonna have to agree with you. I like the Rockets in that series too.
All right, well, let's go over to the East. The East is definitely it's some home run matchups over there. Let's start off with the Bulls and Cavs. Both of these teams look really good at times in round 1, and at times they look like they was just doing just enough to get by. I'm gonna go ahead and jump out there and say the Cavaliers. Man, the Cavs got the best player in the NBA currently, if you ask my opinion. I'm gonna give it to the Cavs, and I'm gonna surprise you here. I'm gonna go. Let me give you a bold statement. I'm going to go Cavs in 5. I don't believe Chicago.
What?
I don't believe Chicago. I'm going to go Cavs in 5.
What?
And look, I know Kevin Love is out, but I really think Mozgov
is... JR.
True. I think Mozgov is the X factor. I think Mozgov is going to take Powell out of the game. Look for it. Now, Mozzie is going to take Powell out of the game. Cavs in 5.
Oh, my God.
Cavs in 5.
Oh, my gosh. Strong Arm Sports. Oh, my God.
Cavs in 5.
Now, let me tell you, I'm a Bulls fan. I tweet a lot about us, man. I'm a Bulls fan.
fanmanship
I'm not
going
to pick this. Let me talk. I'm not going to pick this game with my heart.
Throw it
I'm going
out.
to pick it with my head. And for that reason, I'm going to go Cavs in 7. I think the Bulls, yeah, it's going 7, bro. This series is going 7. This series is going 7.
No, it ain't, bro.
But it's going 7, bro. It's not going 5.
It might not go 5, but it damn sure ain't going 7. You heard it here.
It's going 7. But with JR being out 2 games, Kevin Love look like he's out. He looks like he's out. I think I'm going to give the Bulls a puncher's chance, man. But in the 7th game, the Cavs do have home court, and I'm going to say that's going to give them the advantage, and I see them winning in 7. You know, all the picks that we picking right now, we want you guys to leave your thoughts on the games in the comment section down below. Definitely share your thoughts. But I'm going to give it to the Cavs in 7. I think this is going to be a great series. I think this is going to be a great one. I do. Moving on. The Washington Wizards, they pretty much cooked the Raptors last series against the Atlanta Hawks, who kind of had a little bit of trouble with Brooklyn. Would you agree with that? They kind of had a little bit of trouble with Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn.
But, yeah, well, I mean, be that as it may. They had some trouble with Brooklyn. April, you mean, I remember you saying sweet. You said sweet.
I did.
You know what I'm saying? So Hawks versus Wiz, who you got? I'm going to let you go first.
I'm going to be honest here, man. The Hawks scare me. I'm afraid of the Hawks. I'm afraid of the Hawks. But I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. And I realize what we're doing, man. We're picking a lot of, you're picking a lot of these games to be 7-game series. And I don't think they're all going to be. But I'm going to lean to the Hawks here. You know what, man? Let me keep it a bean. That guy, Paul Pierce, man. Paul Pierce is going to be the X factor here. Give me the Wiz in 7. I'm sorry, Hawks. Give me the Wiz in 7, man. The Wiz ain't playing, man. They ain't playing no games.
Georgia,
Wiz in 7.
Atlanta, let them have it. Oh my gosh,
hey, I don't pissed off Bulldog fans and Hawk fans.
Oh my gosh, yo, he's gonna have to move the jersey.
I'm gonna have to
Come on up, Spade. Come on up, man. He just picked against the Hawks, but finally we agree on something.
Oh, what?
I think if the Wizards could steal one in Atlanta, I think the Wizards are the team to beat. If they can get one in Atlanta, I think they're the team to beat. And I have the Wizards in 7. So I picked 3 7-game series in this round. I picked the Rockets to win in 6. Spade, I'm going to agree with you, but I have the Wizards. I have the Wizards winning in 7. And I think if they could get one in Atlanta, man, I think the Wizards could be a team to be reckoned with in the Eastern Conference, especially if they play anywhere near where they played against the Raptors, because they impressed the hell out of me. I did not see that. I was blinded. I did not see that. And they came to play.
Paul Pierce
they came to play, man.
I would like to take this time. Let me get the mic for a minute, bro. I like to take this time to let it be known that my first round predictions was pretty much spot on. The only team that I had moving on is not here. It's the Spurs. I had Spurs in 7. I was right. It went 7 games. They ended up losing. It was a great game. One of the best games I've seen in a while. But what can I say? I want to throw that out there. But
like I said, I had Spurs in 7 as well. But Toronto running through the 6 with my woes. What?
They back in the 6.
Wasn't running anywhere.
Yeah, they back in the 6 with their woes.
Yeah, man.
Well, let me jump back. I know we have moved on to the NBA. I want to go back and I want to ask you about your NFL draft surprises. Was there any team that surprised you, whether it's good or bad, with their draft, what they did?
You know, shocking. I might shock you here. But I kind of like what the Oakland Raiders did, man. They got a weapon for their young quarterback. They got Amari Cooper. They drafted some defenders that I think their defense wasn't that bad. They got Khalil Mack. They got C.O. Moore. They boys. I think Justin Tuck came back for another year. They drafted Edwards from Florida State. Y'all already know that's my man. But I like what they did, man. I absolutely like what the Raiders did, and I think they have a bright future moving ahead. What about you?
I think my biggest surprise was probably everybody's biggest surprise, and that was the Rams taking Todd Gurley. I'm not beating on Todd Gurley. I just felt like that was an extreme reach for a team that has some needs in other positions. I definitely thought they would have went wide receiver there. I was really surprised to see them take another running back in a situation where they had Trey Mason and Zach Stacy, who both had pretty good seasons last year. That defense is looking good. I felt like maybe they was a receiver away from, I don't know. And it was funny. Zach Stacy said he wanted out, and they granted that wish quick, fast, in a hurry. Shipped him right up out of there. And I think they looked at Trey and said, "Do anybody else want out?" Trey was like, "I'm good." You know what I'm saying? This man, he can't even play right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm still playing. But yeah, I think the Rams was definitely my shot.
They traded Zach Stacy for a 7th round pick, man.
Got
so
him
they
out
was
of
like,
there.
you know what? Yeah, okay. You know, you ain't it.
Yeah.
So, but we got one more big thing to talk about. We got to talk about the Mayweather-Manny-Pacquiao fight that happened. I mean,
Maypac.
Yeah, Maypac as a hashtag Maypac cheeks. Whoever came up with that cheeks. But anyway, Mayweather and Pacquiao, you watched the fight just like I did. I want to know, was you impressed? A lot of people was disappointed with they were saying Mayweather was clinching like they ain't never seen a Mayweather fight before. I mean, they were saying Mayweather was clinching, he was running, they wasn't letting Pacquiao get loose. What's your thoughts on the fights, babe?
You know, I'm so glad you asked me this because I want to address the casual boxing fan. I'm talking to you guys right here. Don't be so quick to run out and spend $100 on a pay-per-view to watch fighters that you've never seen before, and then be upset with what you got. That fight went exactly, and you know, because you and I talked about it, but it went exactly like I thought it would go. I told everybody, Mayweather's going to point this guy to sleep. He's going to 1-2 him. If it comes to it, he's going to clinch because he does respect Pacquiao's power. He does respect his power. And as far as him getting on the rope and then dipping out of there, that's been his mojo forever. And not just Floyd. If you ever seen Roy Jones Jr. fight, you ever seen Bernard Hopkins fight, this is something that you see in boxing a lot. Whether you like it or not, it's a strategy. And it's a pretty smart strategy. Let me ask people this. If you was 47-0, 38 years old, making $180 million in a fight, would you step in the center of the ring and give out a slugfest for somebody just because they want to see something exciting? Man, you could take that $100 and go spend it on a new video game if you want excitement. That fight went exactly like either of us would have done if we was in Floyd's shoes. That's exactly what we would have done. I thought it was a great fight. I thought it was brilliant. And I thought that man, I really feel like Floyd is a tactician. Now, don't get me wrong, y'all. This is not any of his out of the ring stuff. You know, I know people got their reasons for not liking Floyd. I'm not over here co-signing Floyd as a man. As a boxer, that dude is a professional tactician in that ring, and he put it on display Saturday night, and I thought it was a masterful performance. I really did.
I mean, I agree with you 100%. This is typical Floyd, just like his typical B-Hop. People buy B-Hop pay-per-views and everything, and they boo him because that's what he do. Is jab, 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 clinch, jab, 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 clinch. You know, that's what they do, man. Like, they are boxers. They ain't sluggers. They ain't heavyweights. They ain't the UFC. Man, they going out there. That's right, man. They're going out there to box, and they're going to be strategic, and they're going to box, and they're going to win on decisional points. I mean, Mayweather had, how many fights you said? 48? I think he only had 25, 26 knockouts. That dude is a boxer.
Right.
He ain't in there trying to slug it out.
Yeah,
now, Manny, in my opinion, was the slugger. He was more of the slugger. And I don't think, man, at one of them rounds, Mayweather only hit like 18% of his, Pacquiao only hit 18% of his punches. He couldn't hit the guy. He couldn't hit him, man.
Bro,
so,
you called this, but he only landed 3 punches, bro. 3 punches in a round.
Man. Yeah, man. I mean, you called this months ago on Strong Arm Sports. You said he gonna point him to sleep, and that's exactly what he did. That's why he went out there and got that dub again, man. I know a lot of you guys was mad about it. Listen. If you're a fan of boxing, I don't even think a lot of people that watched the fight that was tweeting about the fight are even boxing fans, because everybody that was boxing fans or boxing enthusiasts was like, man, it was a brilliant fight by Floyd. He put his game plan together and he initiated, and it worked, and it got him another win. So everybody's saying it was a slow dance and blah blah blah. Clearly hasn't seen Floyd fight. Clearly, because that's what he do every single fight. That's Floyd.
Let me ask you this.
Go ahead, man.
People from Pacquiao's camp were saying that they felt like the numbers weren't close enough. They felt like and this was weird to me. I don't know if I ever heard anybody be upset about the margin they lost by. But they were saying they felt like the numbers should have been closer than they were. Do that matter? Like, who cares? Even if they got you losing by 1, you still go home a loser, right? Like,
the Floyd hit them in the head too?
Maybe. Maybe. Because, you know, that the actual CompuBox numbers were released. And it's crazy because Pacquiao said after the fight that he felt like he won, which I thought was pretty hysterical, honestly. He felt like he won. He felt like he landed more punches and he threw more punches. Well, they put out the actual numbers, and he was wrong. He was wrong. He actually threw 429 punches. Floyd threw 435 punches. Floyd landed 34% of his punches. 34%. What I got over here, and I got Pacquiao landing 19% of his punches, which is low for Manny. And Manny's a guy that throws a lot of punches. So for that to be your MO, when you come out in a fight where you don't even throw the number of punches that you normally throw in a fight, I mean, some of that got to be the credit of Floyd and his defense. You know, a lot of people wanted to see Floyd be more aggressive. And he definitely showed that he's so smart of a boxer, whether you like him or dislike him. He knows what he's doing in there.
My last point. I think you know, Pacquiao getting knocked out. I think that may have took some of that aggressiveness off. A lot of people was like, why isn't Manny being so, you know, more aggressive? You know, getting knocked out. When you get knocked out, you be like, I don't want to. You know, Manny used to be like, you know, I take one to give 3. You know, you don't want to do that once you get knocked out. You don't want to do that. So my last question and point is, do we want a rematch?
Yeah,
I don't. I mean, I don't, Spade.
Here's that question leads to another question though. If not a rematch, is there any other fight you even remotely care about?
Well, Floyd came out and said that his last fight will be in September, and then he's retiring. So he got one more fight in September, and then he's done.
That's BS.
I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him fight
at 49-0.
I don't want to see him fight Pacquiao again. Now I don't know who else he could fight.
Who else? I mean, it's nobody else.
I have no clue, Spade. I have no clue.
Nobody else.
I'm not that big into boxing for just to know who it. Because, you know what I mean? You know, a lot of people love Adrian Broner. In my opinion, he ain't it.
He ain't.
Amir Khan ain't it. Amir Khan, he not it. So, I don't know who he can fight next. I just don't want to see him fight Manny again. So, if he fight Manny again on the pay-per-view, it's going to be $150. People buying it again?
No, they won't.
Come on, man.
I definitely feel like...
I don't want to see it.
You know, that's another point. And I know we need to move forward, but that's another point too, man. The way this whole thing was set up, it was masterful. But anyway, I'm messing up some future stuff. Let's go ahead and move forward, man. I'll be quiet.
All right, moving forward, we're going to jump into our strong arm performance. You want to start or want me to start?
I want to start because I was just about to do it right there. My strong arm performance.
We already know it's James Harden.
No,
we already know it's James Harden.
This week. Come on, bro. Why you doing that?
Go ahead.
My strong arm performer of the week is Floyd Money Mayweather. And not just for winning this fight. Let me explain. The way Floyd built anticipation for this fight is amazing. You got people who don't watch boxing that was out there spending their $100 to pay-per-view this fight. And they mad today, but it don't change the fact that it was set up beautifully. If Floyd had taken this fight, everybody's saying this fight should have happened 5-6 years ago. And it should have. It really should have. But from a business end, if Floyd takes this fight 5 years ago, who is left that Floyd can build for a big pay-per-view fight for? If he fights Manny 5 years ago, who's left to fight? Like, he set it up and he let it build till he can make this huge payday. And it's genius. The business mind in me loves the game plan that he ran. And for that, man, he is my strong arm performer of the week.
Well deserved.
I mean, that was genius.
Anyone. Not only on and off, because he got money and he's still undefeated. So I agree with that. Way to go, Floyd. Now, my strong arm performer, I was going to give it to Chris Paul. Chris Paul had 27.6 dimes, 2 steals, went 5 of 6 from 3 on a hurt hammy, and was able to pull out. He hit the game-winning shot, was able to pull out a victory against the San Antonio Spurs in a tough win, man.
Great game.
He just willed this team to victory. But I'm not going to give it to Chris Paul. You know what I'm going to give it to?
Not Chris Paul?
I'm going to give it to the... Nope. I'm not going to give it to Chris Paul. I'm going to give it to the Los Angeles Clippers. because as a cohesive unit, they was able to. I mean, everybody stepped up. Big Baby came off the bench, hit shots. Matt Barnes hit shots. What you mean?
That's a politician's answer. You gonna give it to the whole team, bro?
The whole team. They gave the Hawks. They gave the Hawks player of the week.
I ain't like that either.
They gave them plus. Man, listen. The whole team deserved strong arm performer of the week. They played amazing, bro. Matt Barnes. I mean Blake. I mean DeAndre. Everybody stepped up in the game 7. That a lot of people were saying if they didn't win this game 7, they were going to have to break that team up. So way to step up and way to come to play, Los Angeles Clippers. For that reason, you are my strong arm performers of the week. Los Angeles Clippers, babe.
How about that? They played good, man. I felt like Matt Barnes was the X factor. Yeah, I was so impressed with what he did on both ends of the court.
Yeah, man, Matt Barnes. They all them guys played well. But that's it. Unless you got something else, that's it for today.
Great show, man. Folks, keep in mind, we're going to give you guys another show midweek on our other channel. Stay tuned, man.
Yeah, man. We'll see you guys next episode. As usual, y'all already know, bang the subscribe button over here and over there. Bang the like button over here and over there. Subscribe to the podcast. You guys have been asking. It has finally arrived. Leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section about everything, especially Todd Gurley and Gordon. Can't wait to hear what you guys got to say about that. We appreciate all you guys. We'll see you guys next episode.